position. It's hard to do. On the live yesterday, we got the cylinder head all torqued in place. Brand new cylinder head, guys. The other one was cracked, that's why it was replaced. Send them in a clean spot, set it apart from everything else. Q-tip and acetone. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. Well, I can't see it. Get the light on it. It's got some black crud on it. It's good. Ooh, look at that. It's some like metal shavings. So probably their little coating they do at the factory. It has quite a bit of nasty stuff. Like I was saying in here, we're just dabbing this in here and moving it around. We're not trying to get this the Q-tip part just like fall apart or anything like that. Looks like just one Q-tip per hole. That looks like we don't need to chase any of the other ones. It's just kind of just to get a feel of what's in there, you know, because I didn't know. How would I know, you know? I labeled that front of the engine, so these came out in that order. We'll start with this one and that push rod, or that rocker arm and push rod. Okay, then we have that little plate too. We got to put that in there too. Skin. So I don't know if you saw it yesterday, busted. We got the new cylinder head installed, or anybody that wasn't here. Yeah, my truck looks like horrendous. I got to paint that someday. That's just cosmetic, so I'm just trying to get the mechanicals down. Well, we got this all torqued in yesterday. All 13 studs. Torque spec, followed sequence, and all that good stuff. Yeah, thanks, man. Just trying to get up to that 1,000 subs, guys. It's, you know, getting there. I mean, I've only been doing this about not even 8 months. So you get a little bit on those these parts before they get set in there. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Really do, man. So take a look at this. This has been sitting in the box in my vehicle and stuff. It's got some cooties on it. We're gonna not install it with cooties on it. I'm gonna put acetone as well on this rag. Amen, John 3:16. Thanks, Rusty. Amen, brother. So we got this. What we gotta do is clean this things up, guys. We don't just, this has been sitting in the environment. What I should have done, and what you can learn from what I just did wrong, I believe. Not super wrong, just made it harder, like more prep work for me. It's going good, Saeed. So thanks for asking and watching. So I could have put like a plastic bag over all this box. Simple thing. I did that with the air cleaner, like the mass airflow sensor, any of those sensors that are you know, temperamental with getting dirt and stuff on them. But any of these parts, you can do that with it too, you know. Okay, enough on that rant. I'm gonna dip the rag in it and then wipe it down on these things. It's dipped in acetone. The rag. Okay, good luck, man. Salmon's good stuff. Good to see you stopping in. Appreciate it. Okay, yeah. You get that feeling where it's like clean, where it's like our assembly loop. Just gonna drizzle a little bit, kind of like less is more, because we don't want to have like the stuff dribbling everywhere. Now we're gonna just run it over by hand. Get our light. I'm gonna get something. Hang on a second. That's relatively where it goes. We're gonna make sure it's lined up and in the hole, everything right. Just put another pair of gloves on because they're all slippery. So if I start touching other stuff, it's gonna just transfer to everything. All right, yeah. You too. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the donation, man. I appreciate that. God bless you. I really appreciate that. Oh, wow. That's looking good, guys. If I get all these traces of oil out of here, it's just like solid adhesion with that part we put it down in. Okay, a second. So we got this pretty super clean, so that's the main purpose of what we just were doing. Let me get the Loctite. Just a whole new packet. Just a little small thing, but it's well, don't go too crazy with this, but that's probably plenty. Okay, that looks good. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little bit. Stuff gets like sticky, like it's got like liquid candy kind of thing, like this. There we go. Now that makes more sense. That look a lot more right there. Round side down. Does that look right? Like what I'm doing then? That looks a lot more right to me. Just start these by hand. That's good. It's not trying to cross thread or anything. To get these centered best we can. And that's a dinky thing. I'm trying to think. That's something like a 10 or an 8 or a 9. Or it's something standard, possibly. It's been a little bit since the beginning of taking these out. But we're about to find out the answer to that right now. I'm grab us little sockets. One moment. It's really, the thing is that makes you the gooder, or not gooder, the better mechanic. I think, in my opinion, the better hands-on technician, whatever you want to call yourself, is when you put this stuff back together. Because I think any old buddy can just rip all the bolts out and take it all apart, you know. So this is the part of putting it back together. It's a little puzzle kind of thing. This should do. Let's try this. I got a handful of sockets, small handful of their relative size, and a ratchet. And we can cinch this down. Here we go. That's just some ratchet I had laying around. So let's see. What size is this one? 6. It's not a 6. Okay, 9's too big. 8. 8 seems to be right on the money. Okay. Lift the push rod back and forth slowly as you hand tighten the lock to set the valve lash. It is good when the rod can spin, but not. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's good that you mentioned that. Yeah, that's how you know they're doing what they're supposed to. They're supposed to be able to freely spin, right, when the engine runs. That's what you're talking about, right? Thanks for that. So let me do what you just mentioned. Lift the push rod back and forth slowly as you hand tighten. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna get my ratchet here. Let me get over into the middle of this valley. I guess we'll call it the valley of between the two seats. We got like two captain chairs in the front, so I have to like, get in between them and move stuff out of the way so I can fit better. I'll have like tools all like into my back and whatnot. Okay, let me get in position. I got a box of rocker arms and lifters in my way too, so one moment. Just gotta turn it to the side. Alrighty. Let's continue, guys. Yeah, it's nice when this thing's got all the stuff out of the way. I can actually like move my arms and kind of thing. So let's move this stuff over. I'm gonna back up the camera a little bit, try to get you guys a better view. So that makes all the difference, because when I get done doing this, all I have to go off of is what I filmed. If it wasn't good, then what good is it? Kind of thing. So it's on Titan. This is just a no-name ratchet. I got this thing for free with that Snap-on box, so I can't really complain. It was just in there. Loosen just a little bit. So that, okay, now I can freely turn that. I always get like a mental thing of like a blank in my head. The push rods. I keep trying to call them something else. So let me read the comment. Yes, then when you're done, rotate the engine clockwise 3 full rotations and check again. They will need adjusted accordingly. Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to screenshot that. Thanks a lot for that. Whoops. Hang on. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, man. So after I was all said and done, do all that. So let me put this on Titan mode. Get it cinched up better. Okay, so when you do these, do you just do them one at a time? Get all the foot weight torqued, or you get them all in there and then just go through like I didn't see anything like a sequence of what to do these in. The book just says 22 foot-pounds, do it in like 4 stages up to the final torque. But all the little details can help. I'm sure that's just a good baseline for it. It's not actually like there's more to it to do it better than what they're saying. Because yesterday they couldn't even give me a diagram on which ones were the medium, long, and short studs one. I figured it out myself. All the ones in the centers are longs. The 2 ones on the ends are mediums. And these ones down here by the exhaust manifold are all shorts. Because they each had a different torque spec is why it mattered. And then I did it all in the sequence. I did all that stuff. And it turns out good, it looks like. So we're going to put this socket on this torque wrench here. Okay, then we're done. Okay, I just read that. Set hand lash for all rotate, check, and tighten. So there should be like a valve lash adjustment, like specs type thing in this book then, right? Okay, So let's get the torque wrench out. Get these gloves off. Every time I touch the thing, it's just all nasty with the oil. I just like to have clean hands when I'm doing stuff with books and all that kind of thing, and working the phone at the same time. Okay. Batteries are right here. Here's our torque wrench, if you guys didn't see it yesterday, for this thing. So I'm put the batteries in, because it recommends in the instructions to take the batteries out if you're not using it for long term, because it'll drain, just like parasitic drain basically. So 2 batteries, 2 AA's. Not sponsored. This is just something I bought. Everything here is just bought. Nobody's paying me anything. Maybe for certain things it'd be nice to be paid, but that's not right now. So that's out of the way. Let's turn this torque wrench on. Show you guys what we're doing here. Here we go. Here's the on. Hold down the button if you're doing this yourself. It's showing the last thing we did with it. That's kind of cool. That's angle. So we need to switch to, we'll press set, and hang on. We're not doing angle no more. Clear, I think. We're learning this. Hang on a sec, guys. I had it all. Okay, there we go. This is the different modes. Okay, that's good to know. I'll screenshot that as well. Okay, let's continue. So I got to set the mode. So I'll set that. Okay, that's not the right mode. Okay, now units. I had the instructions too. I was doing just fine without using those. Because I just wanted to get to the foot-pounds. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, now I think we're getting somewhere. So it was last set at 22. So it saves your settings when you take the batteries out too. So, because that's kind of cool. Okay, we don't want that all done. Okay. Now it looks like we're looking for. There's a bunch of different settings you can put on this. Sorry about you guys couldn't see it that well. My bad. So that's inch pounds. We want foot pounds, 22. But what we're gonna do first is this is like 4 stages. So we press set. We're gonna go down to 5 foot pounds. Then build it up to 22 by 5 foot pound increments. Okay, maybe 10, because I want to go lower than that. And I don't believe my 1/4 inch or my other one goes any lower than that either. Or that high either, even up to 22 something. Yeah, it came with the sealant on them. Those are new studs. From good comment there. So here we go. We got it set for 10. it'll hit 10 pretty quick. Like you're saying, do that with the push rod at the same time. I'll get this so you can see the torque wrench values. Okay. Oops. Popped out of the socket. There we go. Almost 2 foot-pounds. It's good that it's gradual. It's almost 2 foot-pounds. It kind of has like a flex head to it. Not a very steep angle flex head, but got a little bit. Kind of helps for this little bit of obstruction with the doghouse area. Okay, we just hit 2 foot-pounds. Make sure everything's looking where it's supposed to be before we keep sending it. It looks pretty centered, like dead on. Okay, let's keep going. Oops. Okay, we're starting to get up there. Just hit almost 3 foot-pounds. Go quick. Okay, now we're starting to actually get up there. We're getting up there almost to 3 now. Takes a bit for that bolt to start getting to where it's going to bottom out closer to. Oh, this angle's probably trash, guys. Hang on a second. That's probably better. Kind of confined space kind of thing, guys. So my apologies if it's not the most ideal. Because if I did it more from where I'm sitting, you won't be able to see it as well. I think it's probably about as best as I can get the angle in. Okay, we're about to hit 3 foot-pounds. Yeah, this one just said get it to 22 foot-pounds and do it in 4 stages. And just spread it out and don't just go right to 22 all quick. And this is pretty, kind of works that way anyway. And I kind of like this torque wrench for this application because it's showing me in real time what I'm at currently. We don't have a whole lot of arc swing travel, but like it said to do it slow, so that's probably not a bad thing then. Just going slow and steady. Because that's what you're supposed to do on it. We're not just impacting them all in and sending. Still at 3.31. Still got a ways to get like bottomed out. Okay, we're 3.32, so we're starting to just get a little more torque. 3.36. Them studs are kind of long. Should be getting closer to bottoming out. Okay, yeah, 3.44. Yeah, now we're getting the feeling it tighten up. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Rotate the engine and checking again. But what am I checking for? Check the rod. Okay. Okay. Thanks, man. Okay, we're just starting to get closer to 4 foot-pounds. So this is not bad at all. So we're really taking it slow like it asks for the service information. So now we're just starting to get closer to 5 foot-pounds. 4.98. Okay, 5.14. Let's check the... Okay. Once you start getting the torque on it, you can't spin it no more. The push rod. Getting closer to 10. It starts to buzzing when you get within 1 or 2 foot-pounds. Okay, we just hit 10. Give it a little breather. Okay, now I'm going to set this to 15. This is pretty good for a gear wrench one. We got to use some of the snap-on ones back when I was in college, and they were pretty nice. The price tag's not so nice though on your wallet. I think I paid like 160 or so for this thing. Okay, 12.79. We're getting close. It starts to freak out when you get close. Okay, 15.04. We'll bump it up to 17 next, because it said to try to spread it out. So then we can bump up to like closer to 22 till we finally get to 22. Okay, here we go. 17. Check that rod. Okay. Yeah, it feels like I can spin it if I was like had stronger fingers. It starts to get kind of cinched in there. Or are they supposed to be like spinning freely no matter what? As you turn the engine, watch the roller on the rocker arms position on the valve stem. You want it at center when engaged and just after center when not. What's the roller? What do you mean by that? Okay, I'll screenshot that too. Oops, drop my box of gloves. It's okay. Let's continue to 17. Okay, 17.05. All right, we're going to set it to 20. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll take a note of that too. Okay, now we're going to set this to 22, the final one. Okay, thanks for the info. I took a screenshot of that stuff. I'm sure it'll come in handy, so good to know that stuff. Appreciate that. Oh, a little past 22. Okay, here we go. Slow down when we get closer. See how the number just flies up? Okay, 22.02. Oh, dexterity, you mean? Okay. Thanks for that. Like these blue gloves I've been using. So we just hit 22.02. I think it's okay though, but at 0.02, I think it'll be okay with that. So now we'll set this neighboring one to the position. Okay, let's grab that one. We'll wipe it down and do the same thing. Okay, hang on here. Okay, we've got a little bit of cardboard debris. We'll get that out of there. That's just loose, it comes right off. So this rag still got some acetone. Kind of. Okay, this spot's kind of wet. I'll wipe this stuff off. Get that blue Loctite on there. Get the push rod ready. This is a slow process of doing it right, guys. It's just part of the way it goes. Trying to reposition my right leg's kind of lost circulation the way I was sitting, so let's get that acetone. I'll just dip it in it and then wipe it. The threaded portion of the bolt. Okay, let's go. Okay, now Loctite time. I got some oily hand a little bit. It's okay. Okay, not the assembly lube. We don't want that on this stuff. Here's our blue Loctite. That's plenty. Put the cap back on that too. Don't leak out and dry out, all that stuff. Wow, that's a high rev, man. That's super high, man. That's crazy. Let me get that push rod out. This engine ain't grabbing that high, I know that. Okay, we'll wipe it down with some of this acetone here on this rag. The top end's right here, bottom's bottom. Same way it came in, same way it goes out. Or yeah. Goes back in the same way it came out. I'm gonna get this lube on it. I gotta get another glove on. I can't, because my hands are gonna be just a mess if I do this. I have to reference things and do all that. So one moment, I'll grab another glove so I can wipe down that push rod real good, so it's not going in a dry start. Yeah, that's better. At least my leg can get some circulation going again too. That's some weird cramped area back there, guys. That's pretty sweet, man. So you must really like those Rock Island 1911s, huh? So let me grab here's assembly lube. Nice. I had a few in my lineup too. I don't usually talk about firearm stuff here though. Okay, I got this all nice and done up with the assembly lube, guys. I'm gonna go through and verify that push rod's going in the right spot. Oh yeah, that's cool that you like that stuff. I do too. I don't have it on this channel here. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. Let me put this battery one on the charger. This is the flashlight. Yeah, I mean, I was in the Army, so yeah, I liked firearms. Why would I join the Army if I didn't? You know what I mean? You get trained for everything. Oh. Just my little spiel on that. And I find the most thing with people that don't like firearms is mostly they don't actually have any familiarization with this stuff and they never grew up with it, kind of thing. And they can be dangerous in the wrong hands. It's kind of a given. But in the right hands, they're fine. You got the police, military carry, So they're there for a reason. So, like you're suggesting too, we're getting a push rod into the area. Trying to cross thread. Don't want that. I think my arm's in the way. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. I find everybody can relate to cars better than the firearm stuff because there's basically a type of culture going on where they're hating what they don't understand, and it's easy for people to not like this stuff if they never grew up around it. Because in the right hands they're okay, but in the wrong hands it's definitely not good, kind of thing. So I get where they're coming from with that. That's why I just don't do it on the channel. I got my kids and stuff on the channel. There we go. That's better on that angle. Yeah, Corvettes are cool. No denying that. In my opinion. I don't try to tell people how to live. I just say this is what I do and this is what works for me. There we go. We got it to not try to bind up and cross thread. That's very good. Looks like it gets in there. Cool, man. Good for you on that, you know. I just keep the other stuff like off the channel. It's like a personal hobby. The ones who like it, they do, and the ones that don't, that's okay. They don't, you know. I don't try to persuade or change anybody or anything, you know. I'm not here to do that. I'm here for a car channel. That's what this is for. On here. It's so easy to get people to disagree with stuff anyway. I don't need any more reason for them to, you know, have something to disagree on, you know. So that's just how I roll here. Because I dabbled around with that earlier in the channel, and they're so strict with the firearm stuff on YouTube as well. So, and it's a limited consumer kind of thing, because there's tons of people that don't like that stuff just because, like, what I was saying, they didn't grow up with it, kind of thing. It's just not part of their upbringing, kind of thing. So it's easy for them to know something they don't have growing up, kind of thing, or something like that. I don't know. Whatever reason they don't like stuff. So I want to make sure this is setting in there right. Oh, I know why it's a little tighter too. The other one, remember I ran that tap through? Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty aware of what that thing is. Like I said, I was in the army, you know. We're not there just to, I don't know. We do military stuff. And you know, it's not for everybody. The ones who like it, and there's ones that don't, you know. Sucker's kind of tight. I don't want to be cross-threading nothing. What the heck's going on here? So when I ran the tap through the first one, that one was kind of tight. It's just really tight, fresh, brand new cylinder head. OEM, you know. So we just want to make sure we're going in right. Let's take a look at this. The heck is... Let me take a look at the other ones to make sure we didn't just booger something up. I hope to God not. Okay, it looks okay. It just starts out with a blank shank, so we're good. Oh, thank God. Got enough things that can go wrong. We don't need so that's okay. Everything looks good. It's got the blue Loctite on it. Let's continue. I just wanted to be safe than sorry. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hopefully we see you around in the future. Make sure this push rod's under there. Yeah. And I got my next sermon coming up at church here. If anybody's interested in watching that, that's coming up on the 9th. I'll put it up on YouTube as well, like the last one. The last one I did my first one on Sunday a few days ago. That's on here. If that's your cup of tea. If not, that's fine too. Just want to get this cinched up best I can by hand. Just don't want to be cross-threading nothing, you know. That's a big thing we don't want to do. Nice hard enough when you on its own, but then you cross-thread stuff and make your life a million times harder. I don't believe we're cross-threading anything. I think it's just really tight tolerances from being brand new. Because the other one, like I said, I ran the tap through it, and that was stiff running the tap through it. Yeah, this isn't cross-threading. It's just really stiff. Fresh, first time a bolt's going through it kind of thing. Versus one that's been driven for 20 years with everything in place. So, pretty good contrast. I was going to get it so it's bottoming out. That's what we're shooting for. Okay. Closer to being bottomed out, then we're going to torque wrench the rest of the way down. Because if you can see, let me zoom it in. Let me point it the right direction. That's better, guys. Guys, kind of hard to see the details from that far away. But this one's, the head's probably set up still about yay much versus the one that's bottomed out. So we're getting that gap closed more. And then when we get closer to the end, we'll switch to that torque wrench. Stage it up like we did. I think what I'll do this time, just to make it simple on myself, I'll leave it set at 22, and then just I'm gonna switch it over. I'm gonna set it at 22, then just ride it up on the digital display to 22. Like, say it will stop at 5 for a little while, then up to 10, and then and so on and so forth. Okay, we're still at 22 foot-pounds, not inch-pounds. Oops. Okay. We still got a little take up in there, more than I thought, so I'm gonna do it with this shorty ratchet a little more, and then we'll switch to the torque wrench. That just got bumped. I want that to be sitting where we want it for final spot kind of thing. It's still kind of hanging up in the air because it's not cinched enough down. So let's get that free play travel taken up. My bad, it's just showing my hand kind of more than anything. Oh. This is all that fine detail stuff with the engine. I mean, more so if you're rebuilding it and doing the crank bearings and journal all the tolerances and the plastic gauge, all that stuff. But okay, now we're starting to actually get tight. No, not really. Got a little bit more to go. Because if we try to just put it together and drive it like this right now, it's going to get starved of oil and blow the motor. So this part's important. Very tedious, but it's important. Torque wrench auto turns off if it's been sitting without use. But it still recommends to take the batteries out if you're not using it long term. Try to get the center of that. It'll get rested pretty much in the right spot as we get it down farther. Okay, that push rod's still able to spin freely, so that's good. Okay, now we're actually getting in position. Okay, now we're going to put the torque wrench on it. Stage it up to 22. Okay, gotta turn it back on. Okay, we're right at 22 on the torque wrench again. We're gonna put a little bit of an extension on it. We got a little short extension right here. Let's use that. Okay, here we go. Not a super stubby extension. Probably that'd be more ideal. But this should work. Let me use that back up the zoom a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're around 6 foot-pounds so far. Okay, that's a good first stage. Let's bring it up to 10, let it sit for a little while. Oh, we still got some free travel going on. The beauty of doing all this is like finally getting some space in the garage again and reinstalling all this stuff. I kind of like that a lot. Actually getting the van ready to drive again, that's good too. It's like a win-win, you know. Okay, we're getting close to 10. Okay, 10.47. Pretty good. Okay, let's get it up to 15 here. Can't see it, that thing's glaring. Okay, we just got to 15.13. Okay, here we go. 20. Okay, 20.15. Here we go. We're about to get to 22. Okay, 22.11. That's pretty close. Better a little bit over than under, right? That's like 1/10 of a foot-pound, just barely shy above it. That should be just fine. I'm gonna do a little wiggle check. Look at it. Visual inspection, like touch test, wiggle test, kind of thing. Okay, 2 down before we go. Starting to resemble an engine again, like a put back together engine. Pretty excited about that. Okay, let's grab the next one. Here we go. And take note, the bottom part was the part that goes to the lifter, so that part gets like more of a stain. So let's say I dropped this and didn't know which way it went. Like the top part would be the cleaner, shiny part. At least on this particular engine. Okay, and then here's this. It's got a little bit of debris on the threaded shank portion. We're going to clean that up now. Okay, we got this acetone in here. Let's keep going to the next one. Okay, it's kind of dried up. Most of it got soaked into that rag when we were doing that part. So we're going to wipe this down. If it don't look clean enough, or it doesn't, rather, I'm going to add some more acetone to that. That looks pretty good. I think we can go ahead and put that Loctite on there. Let's take a look in the light. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, so here's our blue Loctite. That's plenty. It's a good good amount on there. Okay, our push rod. Okay, this is the messy part where I have to put that red stuff on it. I think what I should do is just put some of that on a rag so I don't keep transferring it to my glove. I'm gonna try that theory. Here it is, assembly lube. Just what I bought. So here we go. A little bit on the rag. This stuff just wants to keep stretching out. It's like a cherry candy looking stuff that just stringy, messy stuff. So if I can just keep it confined to this rag, I think that would be a good option. So get the top coated. See, it just wants to get everywhere. And I'll grab it with the other rag part. This stuff just gets on everything, guys, if I let it. So okay, here's the next hole for this pusher rod right here. Try to get my arm in there better. Get this light out of the way. Best I can anyway. Here we go. Then I'm gonna make sure it goes through the other side. One moment, I'm getting some of this oil off my hands so I touch the phone. I can kind of guide stuff without getting all messy. Okay. See, there's where the other rods are resting. That third one's got to come through and go into that little hole that's vacant right there in front of the other ones. So we're going to do that now. To get you guys in a better position to see what's going on. Okay, here we go. That does not look good. I'm trying to get that light. There we go. Yeah, we got it in the right way. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's why. Huh. Something to take note of. That spot where I thought that where it goes, that's not. That's where like one of the hold down bolts. The one next to is where it goes. So good to notice that. And they don't look the same too. So some stuff looks similar, but not quite the same. So you see that spot in between. Then up above, I put that push rod. So there's a hold down bolt there. Just something to take note of. Moving on. So there's like a piece of hair that got stuck to that. See that sticky glue, oil stuff gets on a lot of stuff. So for some reason that area over there is hard to light up. So my apologies that it didn't look that good in there. We're trying though. I'll get that little piece of hair off. There we go. We got it. Not too big a deal. Okay. We already got this all Loctited up. Well, we'll add a little more just to be sure. Don't want none of this stuff coming out. Okay, good. Ready, here we go. Come from this side better so you guys can see what's going on. Turn it counterclockwise by hand until we feel it slip in. Just to prevent that cross. I just felt it slip in. I thought I did. Okay, it didn't. Just gotta make sure you get that positive engagement, just to be sure. These are fresh, never been threaded in holes here, so first bolt's going in these. This is a brand new cylinder head, so it's kind of fights you to get those in. It's got to be sure you get positive engagement with those threads before you start ratcheting it down. You don't want to cross thread this stuff. I think no, not yet. We'll keep going at it till we get it though. That's the thing. Some of this stuff when you're doing auto repair stuff, it's just keep doing it till you get it. Sometimes it's pretty frustrating and tedious and boring sometimes, but it all makes sense in the end when you get the thing finally put back together and you can drive it. And you didn't have to take it somewhere for them to pay to do it. Like in my opinion, I think that's the really beautiful part about it. When this thing's finally gets set and done and put back together. My hand keeps slipping. I'm gonna switch this glove out because of the lube on that other on the bolt. Grab another glove. Here we go. Taha, Dusty, how's it going? Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. How's it going today? Okay, here we go. This one's a little more stubborn to get in there. Because take note, this is the new cylinder head. This isn't the same one that it was in originally. The original one had a crack in it, and because it didn't pass the magnetic particle test at the machine shop. So, to the naked eye, you know, like without being tested or anything, you couldn't tell that it had a crack in it until they did that. So Interesting. I put a picture of it on my post section of the channel if you're curious to see what that looked like with the crack. It was like right along the center area. This is being weird. Just getting those threads started. Because these have never had the bolts in it, so they're pretty stiff to start. So, at least on this one, apparently. So we'll just keep trying until we get it. I'm going to try it with the socket in my hand. Get a little more leverage on it, but not too much that it's going to start cross-threading, like if I used a ratchet itself. Okay, that's a lot better. It's just kind of spinning. It's not engaged yet. Interesting. Light just fell down. My apologies, guys. This light is not the greatest. That's better. Should just be getting right in there. Makes me wonder if it's like the little plate is canted or something, so it's not getting in there. I have to like put my big head in the way and take a look here. Hang on. Get like a visual. Maybe I could get it with you guys, this thing, and see the screen from back here. Let's try that. This light out of the way. Hang on, guys. It's kind of shaky. See, it's part of the threads part. Hang on, it's kind of wobbly too. Should be like lined right up. Let me try to see if it slides into the one next to it. Okay, let me put you guys back in the stance here, and I'll like shake it in weird. But give me a little idea of what's going on there just by seeing it through that. Without actually physically putting my head closer. That kind of helped. Get this light away. You know where I want it better. Pretty well lit now. Not too obstructed either. Until I come in from the top. I'm going to try and see how this goes by just trying to thread it in the second one next to it. And our socket. Seems to be engaging okay on that one. Must be the way the push rod sticks up so much or something. I don't know. Something's different. It just doesn't want to engage that easy. Maybe I'll pull the push rod back out more. Try it. See. Interesting. I shouldn't have that problem because there's plenty of thread travel. know. Should have been engaging by now. That's not right. It's weird. Let me see if it's something with this thing, or I'll try one of the other rocker arms in that same spot. I'll clean it off too so I don't transfer oil into it. Okay, the acetone. Yeah, that should help. Yeah, just wiping it. Okay, let's try this one in that position. Let's see if there's any difference. Okay, that's wrong direction. Okay. Kind of makes me think I gotta back these off so that this has enough the tension off it, because maybe this thing's canted a little bit or something. Either that or something's weird with the threads. Something's not right. So let me set this one back over there. I'll loosen these ones up a little bit. Then maybe just get them all in position first, then go through and torque them. Try that. Probably, I mean, that kind of makes sense in my mind. If it kind of gets binded just slightly enough, and then it throws off the approach angle for the stud to come in, you know, or something. Let's see. Just had that socket in my hand. Here it is. Let's take some tension off it. Not a big deal, guys. It's really tight tolerances, you know, you got to do kind of things like this sometimes. Let's loosen them up a bit. See if that makes a difference. Okay, should be like not binding this up no more. Yeah, okay. Now, let's see with this one. That's gonna line up now and actually engage the threads. And this one's already got the blue Loctite, so we don't have to apply it again. It's already been applied. Okay. It's already been acetone, all that stuff. Now it's getting, and see, it was binded up because of these two being already torqued in. So we'll get these all set in by, like, we'll get these a little tighter. Just more loosely done, because I guess it'll can't that little plate that goes through the guide, whatever that tool their thing's called, the technical term. Now we'll do the next three. I'm gonna grab some more acetone out of the can because there's like nothing left in this pot I put it in. I think I got acetone in the back seat here. Maybe that's over there. One moment. Let's grab it. Gives me a chance to get a sip of coffee while I'm up and stretch my legs a little bit. Okay, no it doesn't. Acetone's right here. I ain't getting out to get coffee then. Here we go. I had a feeling I had it back there. Most of these tools seem to migrate into the van. That's where I'm doing all this work right now. So I'll turn this over and you can see what I'm doing. That's our fancy apparatus to hold our acetone. Some old cook pot I got for free from church. So it's getting a new life here at the garage. Doing acetone duty today. That's plenty. Make sure you cap this stuff quick because it'll evaporate fast. The cook pot and then the jug itself. So I'm going to be dunking stuff into and installing these things. Getting those stud have a good mating surface. And then we have our blue Loctite we apply over here on the project. I'm going to zoom back just a little bit. It's kind of zoomed too much. Okay. I'm going to tighten the stand down too. Something's loose on it. Here we go. Whoops. Bear with me. Or don't. Okay. That's good. So, next rocker arm stud. Stud and push rod. Going back in the way that came out, the tops are cleaner than the bottom looking, so it's kind of easy to tell which way it goes in because they both look the same. Get off of the debris. Then this is going to get the dunk in the acetone for the stud shank, the threaded portion. Turn the lid right away. Use this clean rag here, lint free. I'm going to wipe down the oily residue, anything that's on it. Then we're going to apply that blue Loctite. It's a fresh thing of this stuff. Focus. I just did. Okay. So that's what's going on here. Just not crazy amount, just enough. That doesn't need to be like marinated in it or dunked or anything. Just get it on there. I already went through with cotton swabs, the Q-tips, rather, and cleaned out the threaded areas of those. Just dabbed it in there. I didn't like run it against all rough against the threaded portions because otherwise it starts to make the cotton want to like fall apart, and that could get in there too. So you just got to be careful if you're doing this. Okay, next, push rod. It's got some of that red, this lube here. I'll show you if you've not been here this whole time. This lube, Permatex Ultra Slick stuff I just bought. So here we go. There's some on this rag. We'll add a little bit more, just to make sure we're getting it right. I find that's better than me having to change a glove every time. This stuff just wants to stick and get to everything, which is good for engine parts, not my hands. So, okay, here we go. Here's our push rod with our goop. Go through and, whoops, we're on top of the rag. Get the rag out of here. Okay, now we're back. So here we go. Wipe down the whole circumference of it. Top, bottom, everything. All the surface area. That's the word for it, surface area, not circumference. That's just like a circle thing. So into the hole she goes. Yep. And the dirtier part, the varnished part, that's from the bottom. So we put them back in the way they came out. Had like a little piece of dirt or something on it. There we go. Cause that stuff's like sticky real bad, and everything tries to stick to it. Now I'm gonna show you where this push rod goes into the lifter. Over here. Let me get the light in here better. On this side. You see some of the push rods coming through there where they go down into. I'm going to show you, or attempt to. Kind of gets dark in here. Hang on. I got that other light that's charging. This light's terrible. Let me grab the other light. Because I can't even see what, so I need to see as well. So. Cramped in there doing this stuff. Let me grab the light. Here we go, we got the light. Let's see. That's better. Let's get in there. We got a lot of stuff here that obstructs the view. But over here is an example of push rods going through. They're going to be coming through on a pretty much identical looking type of thing. Farther down, if we can see it. Up there. So we'll turn over here and I'll put those in line. We'll start putting this rocker arm in position. Get the thread started, that kind of thing. Better lit up now anyway. Okay. Okay, rocker arm. Okay, wait a minute. Let me make sure this push rod's in there. It's not all the way seated yet. Make sure I could visually see it in there. Got the throttle body and a bunch of stuff in the way here. Okay, that's in there. It's seated. Looks like the same height as these two, so that's another way to tell. But then visually seeing it, that's the best way. So you actually know for sure. Okay, this is backwards. Okay. I'll grab that socket right here with the extension. Okay, it's starting to be engaged. That's good. Okay, that's good right there. We don't want it too tight because remember we had it binding up on this one here. That's why we loosened these ones. So we're gonna get the next two ready. Okay, they're right behind me in the back seat. Grab one. They were just stuffed into a card box, like in a template, not in the box, just laying around scattered, but each like in an order and whatnot, kind of thing. So this one, we got our acetone right here. We're gonna dip the studded portion in it and wipe off any of the residue that comes off on that rag right here. Cap the residue right away. It stinks and it's going to start evaporating really rapidly if I don't. So here it is. Here's our rag. Okay, it's kind of dark in this part, but I'll have to get better lighting, like more lights and whatnot. It's okay. You learn as you go. That's how I kind of do things. So here, this part's ready. We got our blue Loctite right here, our little tube. It's this stuff here. So it's like a pretty good brand name, Permatex, whatever. Just what the store had, okay? Get a good amount on there. That should be plenty. Just don't want this stuff walking out or anything like that. That's the point of that. Because this thing has a ton of vibration. It's going, you know, all those RPMs and whatnot. So next part, when this part gets set aside, it's ready to go for, we gotta get the push rod prepared. So to do that, we're gonna wipe it off to start with this rag. Anything that's like dirt and residue. Okay. This part's the top, this part's the bottom. They look identical because they are, but that's the way these are being reused. So we're putting it back the same way it came out. So we got this. This is that ultra slick assembly lube. It's going on a rag so I don't get all over my gloves. It's on this rag already. I was just showing you what's going on it. There's a part of this rag that's got a bunch on it already. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and wipe it down so it gets that residue goodness on there. So we don't just get a dry start with this thing. That ought to be good. Okay, the next hole is up here. It's gonna be hard to get it on camera, so just know it's going where it's supposed to go. In correlation with the next one. It's even hard for me to see it in here and get it in there. Okay. That looks like it's not seated right yet. It's not, it's just barely out of the hole. Now it's in there. It's bottomed out, good to go. So we had this wire loom that likes to just keep going into there, okay? So bear that in mind. Here we go. Our next rocker arm. It's all ready to go. And keep in mind the threaded portions of the cylinder head. I already went through with a Q-tip and acetone and just dabbed in there and took out anything that's residual oils or metal shavings, anything weird. There wasn't really anything because this is a brand new cylinder head, OEM. So just to be sure. That way that Loctite has the best chance of actually doing what it's supposed to be doing instead of getting contaminated with oil and not working correctly. So here we go. We're getting these all hand tight, and then we'll go through and torque them. They end up at 22 foot-pounds each. And it's like 4 stages of it up to 22, so don't just go right up to 22 right away, basically. Then just making sure that these push rods can spin freely for the most part as well while you're doing it. Which they will be right now because this isn't even cinched down, like actually torqued. I got that socket right here with the extension. Hang on a second. Oh, here it is. Here. This light in the way. Okay, now take a look at this. This is like some stuff trying to like flake off or do something into the from that wire loom stuff. We gotta pay close attention to that. Make sure that don't happen or doesn't happen. Okay. My legs cramped. Kind of weird. Trying to get this good. You know, this cord's stuck in the door. That's better. That's better, guys. I'm gonna get this started by hand so it's not cross threading or binding up or any of that stuff. Any of that not fun stuff. Looks like there's like residue in this little rocker arm right here, like gunk. I'm gonna try to wipe that out. Yeah, there's like garbage in there. Put that out there. I get started for the what's going on with that. Oh, we're fighting the spring tension on that part. So it's like a part on the camshaft where it's like really high up in that spot. So it's putting more tension on it faster than some of these ones that are lower where the spring's not sticking out as much or something. Yeah, that's probably not, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is because I'm starting to cinch it up, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the push rod is what's pushing the tension based on the camshaft position down below. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's definitely got some tension right there. So these will have to be in the right spot coming up. But we just have it loose enough because what was going on is it was binding up from these two being all the way torqued, and it wasn't letting it start the threads on these. So that's why these are all kind of hand tight right now. Okay, last one to go. I like to actually torque these suckers out. Okay, push rod and rocker arm right here, guys. Okay. Here we go. Let's wipe her down. There we go. And then we got the acetone done. Loctite time. Put them on there. We don't want these just to vibrate loose though, you know what I mean? Here we go. That's good to go. Next part is getting some of this assembly lube on the push rod. Let's put on this rag that we've been using. That's why it's got the red stain. This stuff is like really red. Kind of helps to know if it's on there or not because it's so bright colored. It's probably plenty. Just got one push rod to do. The rest have already been done. So there, right there, guys. Push rod. Here we go. Get it all in there. Stuff's really messy, so that's why I'm trying to hold it with the rag on the other part. Okay, now we're gonna make sure. Okay, this part's the bottom part. This is the more varnished side. Okay, here we go. Drop her in the hole. Push her out of the hole. Gotta make sure that's the right hole. There's a couple holes over there, so maybe there isn't. Let me see. It's hard to see that deep in here, and I just bumped my head on something. Okay, I need that light in here. Okay, that's not even going in the right hole at all. Whoa, let's try to fall right in there. I got it. That should be right. It looks like the right height too, so that's a good sign. It's like actually, okay, it's hard for you guys to see that. I can elevate it just a little bit more. I think you can see if I do that. Let me do that now. And I try not to get that red stuff on these gloves, but it's on the gloves, so the gloves are off now. Get higher up. Angle it in more. You can see the little head peeking out right here. So that's the push rod we just put in. Now we're going to cinch this up tighter. Try to. Hang on, it's just kind of tapping on me. Just a moment, guys. A bunch of stuff underneath it. Okay, here we go. I put that lifter. Or no, not the lifter, but here it is. I know what I'm talking about, but I keep calling it the wrong part. So, put one of these fresh gloves on here. Here we go. We're going to start it by hand. It's hard for me to see from this part. I think I'm going to step through and do this last one from the outside of the engine, from the hood area. You guys will still see. I'm going to attempt to. Let's see. Test the theory. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier from this angle, guys. No doubt about that. Okay, I'm gonna grab that socket in the van too. Excuse me. It's beautiful seeing that cardboard not actually sitting there with the parts all sitting in it, cramping up the space in here either. Like being actually installed. Here's the socket. I'm gonna go back over there. I'm gonna turn the camera more so you guys can see better, and then zoom it in better. Last one. Make sure it's not gonna tip over. No, well, that wire loom wants to be in the way on this part. I had to just take the socket, bare socket with no extensions for this one. This one seems to be going in pretty smooth. I like that. other one was binding a little bit weird. Something was going on weird with that one. We'll figure it out. Starting to actually resemble an assembled motor kind of again. Kind of back this one off a little bit to see if I can get it to be where there's no chance of it trying to cross thread. It feels like it binding weird. Or just has extra machining still in the threads kind of thing because of the being a brand new cylinder head. Possibly. Yeah, I think that's as far as it's gonna go by hand. Try to mock it all up good by hand. And actually get these lined up. Can't tell from that angle for this one. From here. That looks pretty good. Alright, coming back in now. Try to get these lined up the best we can. Symmetrical, like centered. Looks pretty good. This one's got loose. Oh, that helps you can see it better. Back it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna get the torque wrench ready here. The torque wrench. Okay, it's already set to 22. That's the final torque. So I'm gonna stage these up to 5. This says doing about 4 stages. Doesn't say what to stage it at, but we're just gonna, do 5 increments of 5 foot-pounds. I'm gonna grab that extension that's sitting on the engine area. So I can start right here since I'm standing out here. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is the one that doesn't use the extension. I took all the time to put the extension on. Taking it back off. There we go. Let's get the navy one started. Yeah, nothing's cross-threading. That's just really stiff because that push rod sticks up pretty high based on the spot where the cam's at and that being at top dead center. Compression stroke cylinder number 1 is what it's set at. And I took this down. A 2 foot-pound right now on that one. Okay, we'll take them up to 2 foot-pounds each right now, just to get it started, so it kind of gets it aligned and whatnot. That way it's not like making it get pinched and can it over. Self wash here. How's it going? What's POV 1.4 TSI? Thanks for commenting and stopping in. Get that thing on there. There we go. TNN, how's it going? How's life been going for you? TNN, I don't remember if I've never seen you before. Maybe not recently. Doing good. This is a V6. Good question, Lucas. Thanks for stopping in and commenting. All you guys that are stopping in and commenting and watching and whatever. I kind of appreciate it. Doesn't hurt to ask questions if you don't know. That's how you learn a lot of stuff, by asking questions. Within reason. This one, I need to get that extension from the front. One moment, guys. Oh, okay. I don't remember what I was doing a week ago, really. I was like, I don't know if I was doing much van stuff a week ago. Maybe talking about it. I was going through that car I just got like a couple of days ago. Probably maybe the truck I was going through, because I got the truck about a couple weeks ago. The other truck, because I have a smaller truck and a bigger truck. There's like 6 vehicles on the channel. There isn't just like there is 6 vehicles on the channel now. Just installed a brand new turbo. And the turbo. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe the stereo in the truck. That's still a fun mystery to solve. Because they wired a light bar into the power supply of the radio. The person who did whatever that, in all their wisdom, did that. So trying to figure out getting the radio working on that. So I ended up getting those terminal pins, new terminal pins, and then the terminal pin keys, and there was the wrong terminal pins. It wasn't the right type. Then it got boogered up because I tried to turn a male terminal pin into a female one, and it was a botched thing, and it didn't work. Okay, you're talking about the Mazda then. Yeah, so I guess I got more back in story on what's going on with the Mazda from the previous owner. I guess he freaked out because I had like had a little bit of smoke going when he was driving. So he turned it off and brought it to the shop and had him tear it down, and we're supposed to diagnose something for him. They didn't get that far with it. They just tore it all apart, and then he decided to take it home and just left it all torn apart for a couple of years. Just parked in his garage. So nothing's been done at all on it. I haven't done the oil on it yet. It looked like when we were looking at it, somebody mentioned, and I noticed as well and agreed with them, that the spark plug boots had a little bit of char mark on it for whatever reason. A couple of them. And I took note of that. So that's something interesting. Yeah. Haven't got to go deeper into it yet. Been trying to get this thing back, get done and get it out of the garage. This thing's canted. It needs to be like centered. Okay. Because it should basically find its groove with that guide, with how the rocker arms all sit. Try to get them all centered as best as we can. Because that was definitely really cockeyed. We didn't want that. Yeah, so that's cool that you popped in. So there's more to come. I don't know if you've seen the car I got. I got that '09 Malibu. I traded some tools for it about 4 or 5 days ago. So that's something. That thing's got like a engine that had oil starvation issue. Like it was ran without oil in it for a little while. And it's got some, sounds like rod knot going on or something. 2.4 liter engine, Chevy Malibu, 141,000 miles, and the engine sounds pretty terrible. Can't find good brands for my turbo or replacement bearing. It's not. What is the car? If you don't mind me asking. No, it's cool. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi, man. Makes a difference. Trying to get these all uniform type of clamp down pressure kind of thing. Then we'll go through with the torque wrench more. Oh, okay, yeah, you're the guy with the Hyundai. Okay, were you from Australia or was it the UK or Germany? I can't remember you now. Oh, like a feeler gauge? I have to go through and see if there's a spec on that. There probably is. Okay, yeah, I remember you now. That's cool. Looks like they're pretty well centered and getting uniform kind of thing. So now I'm gonna hook up this torque wrench, turn it back on. Back for a sec to tell you, even when the rockers are done, some will feel loose and move side to side. That's okay, as long as you can do for that. It has clearance for thermal oh, okay, it makes sense. Yeah. Thanks for popping in and saying that. So that's what we coming up with. I ended up having to do them all hand tight, then get them like just slightly a little bit by a little bit. Because when I just did these two and tried to torque it, the clearance wasn't right because this little plate was canting and blocking the other studs from threading in. So that's why it's like this now. So we've been going at it. We get this torque wrench on there. Doing the stages. Okay, that one's starting to get tight. I'm going to put that extension on there. Here it is. Oh, this one does angle too and stuff. That's why I bought it. I just barely got this really recently, a couple months ago, but finally got a chance to actually use it today. Well, yesterday too. On the cylinder head. Oh. So 5. Get these ones down here. Can't neglect them. Let's start from the outside in. Get that wire loom over. get that thing all the way on the, there we go. That one's starting to tighten. So this one's the one that's not quite tight. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, those are cool, the turbos and the wastegate. Just gotta make sure you keep up on your oil, as you may know. Lifeblood of these vehicles, that oil, man, and your fluid changes, as you're well aware of. You don't have the oil and the fluids in there, you're just running metal on metal. All that friction and heat. It's gonna cook everything. Leave you stranded or something. Cost you money, that kind of thing. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Pretty high pressure, isn't it? This one's taking a while to get there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Take it up to 10. Okay, there's 10. Do this one here. That one's up to 12. I'm supposed to wait for it to go back to 20 some 22. If I let it sit. Okay, see. So when I switched fasteners, it was not the same torque. Not a big deal. It's not like we're anywhere near being finished on it yet. We're just getting it staged up like it says to do. Oh yeah, diesel can handle that pressure. Yep, I agree with you. Sounds like you guys get a lot more diesels there in Australia. You guys use the DEF fluid there, or you guys don't bother with that stuff there? It's kind of cool if you don't have to use that stuff. Yeah. Seems good. On the push rods, good things for that. Okay, you don't know what then you guys don't have to use that stuff. US uses that stuff. Like the emission stuff. I'm not a fan of it myself. More cost and rotate the engine. Well, I still have to drop the distributor in this thing. So I already have it at TDC. All right, that one's about up to 10. Okay. Basically, yeah, it's like a catalytic converter type thing. I guess you'd call it. Okay, that's up to 15. Okay, let that thing go back to 22. Well, yeah, thanks for the comment there, Rock Island. Wow, so you guys don't have to deal with all that. The US is a lot different. Where they just choke your engine to death with the emissions stuff. Interesting, though. Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on some of those diesels you guys got there. You have a lot to pick from, and you don't have all that emission stuff. So this stuff's kind of like it's like a solution they has a separate tank by your fuel tank, and you have to keep this thing topped off. It basically chokes your engine up. emission stuff. Stuff's expensive too, and you need it for your engine to run right. Nice. Like out here where I live, they don't check for the emission stuff either. We'll get this up to 15. Okay. Ah. They'd have to do like a swap meet. What's jacks? The battery one just died. Okay, we're on 20 for that one. It starts to beep when it gets closer. Oh, okay. Oh, Jackson floor. Okay. All right, thanks for clarifying that. I wasn't sure what that meant. Now I do know what that means. See, like the asking questions thing helps. Okay, 20. Let it reset again. Yeah, just around Denver area here, they do smog stuff, and anywhere else in the state here in Colorado, they don't really care, which is nice. Not super. That stuff's a real buzzkill. New York was terrible. That's where I used to live. They do an inspection every year. It's strict. You get hooked up to the computer thing and the OBD port thing. Okay, around 20 for that one. Oh, really? That sucks. They were like that in New York. They don't really seem to care that much about here. I guess in the city, like Denver, yeah, I can imagine. Probably like 100 something plus, like not anytime recently. Long time ago. The stuff I drive isn't that fast. If you see any of the vehicles on the channel, they're grocery getters. Okay, 22 right there on that one. Sketchy road. I got scared when I went like a 130 in the that 2014 Dodge Challenger, and that thing starts to kick out the rear end when you're going too fast. So I'm like, I'm not too eager to try to drive fast and stuff. After that, scared me pretty good. Yeah, a mile per hour. Yeah. Wow. Unsafe. Okay, 22. there. Let's get this last one on the end. Okay, 22 on that one. Okay, 22 there. What car was what? Oh, you're talking to Rock Island? I think that was that Corvette he was talking about, right? Yeah, that's crazy fast. I think the fastest I've gone like a motorcycle in the back seat was like 160. That was crazy. That was like 20 years ago. There's another 20. I think we're all good on this now. Then we have to do the exhaust manifold and the spark plugs. Just verify again. Okay. Okay. One moment, I just gotta go down the street, get my daughter out of pre-K, and we'll leave the stream running. And we'll get back. We'll go ahead and make sure all these are still at 20 or made it to 22 appropriately. Then we'll go ahead and start putting the exhaust manifolds back on. We'll do a good cleanup of the valve cover as well before we reinstall it. So, I'll be right back. Let me put the charger on this thing too. Put the charger on here, now I'm gonna go get her and come back. We'll continue where we left off. Here we go. So it's starting to look like a engine again, guys. And we'll be right back. I'm gonna plug this light in the charger as well. All right, I'll be right back. About 5 to 10 minutes or so. Just down the street. right, we're back, guys. Make sure those last couple of rocker arms are good to go. And then we're going to move on to the exhaust manifold and spark plugs. Here we go. Some oil, you can lube it somewhat. Yeah. Yeah, like get this stuff all saturated pretty good with some oil. Yeah. Yeah, definitely gonna do that. Yeah. Don't want to just dry start. That's why also I went ahead and put this assembly lube on all those moving parts. Oh, that's a good idea. Or just crank it without the with the fuel pump relay out. Let it crank up. That'd work too, right? Good ideas, guys. Appreciate that. Okay, so I don't know why it's all okay. Now it's showing. So we're at 22 foot-pounds. It saves it. Even when you take the batteries out, it'll have your preset stuff saved. Kind of neat. Okay, 22. Just wanted to make sure these oh, whoops, that one's already on. So if these ones are already close, okay, since it's already at the 22 mark, that one's already there. That one's there. Okay, we're all good. They're all torqued. Turn this baby off. I'll take the batteries out in case I don't use it at all again today or for a little while, because it says to do that in the instructions. Keep them up here on the dash. Glove box, I would put them in the glove box, but the glove box comes out from the doghouse. The doghouse, that's all in the trunk area. Yeah, I appreciate sharing knowledge. Lots of time and lots of money if you don't burn your car up, you know, blow something up because it's got no oil in it for a dry start, you know. Yeah, I did that with some fingernail polish I had laying around from the wife when I did the transmission bolts, the transmission fluid pan area. So each one I torqued and followed the torque sequence. I did that because it was confusing. It's a good idea. Okay, so this part's done. So now we're going to grab the exhaust manifold and we're going to go through the wheel well area. I'm going to grab this light in out of here because, well, I could point it downward like that. Okay. I don't really want it resting on the valve stuff. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that way it's not leaching into your oil lubrication system. Good idea. It'll like not get in there. So that looks nice so far. Nice new head studs, new cylinder head, new head gasket. And I do have a second head gasket. I know I wouldn't be that like buying just one cylinder head gasket. So I had the other one. It was set aside in a different pile of parts. So I have all the stuff we need for the next one. Just have to get the cylinder head out of cylinder head jail beginning of the month. He's got it all ready for me. I just got to pay what the rest that I owe him on it and pick it up. So let me grab the exhaust manifold now. And before we do that, actually, let me make sure we get these spark plug wire stuff. Actually, no, that doesn't matter. That goes above it. We don't really need to do that right now. We can do the exhaust manifold thing now. Let me grab it. Okay. Here we go. Here's our exhaust manifold for this side. It's all nice and painted from what we did over a week ago now. We got to make sure we get our little gaskets in place. Okay, there's one of the gaskets. It's over here. Grab that one. Okay, here's one of them. Okay. We'll mock those up, make sure they're all right. Look. That looks right. Okay. So then the other one should be in this pile of stuff here. Let's get it all prepped for you guys, and then we're gonna get it in position. Also, take note when you put these on. There's either the little spark plug, boot protector things. These go in, get piggybacked with those bolts at the same time. Because I did this thing last year, or not last year, but a few months ago when I was doing the engine mount stuff. I took the exhaust manifold out of the way because to get in there. This side's really tight if you don't. This has the tire out right now too. It's on jack stands. That really helped too. Okay, here's the other little gasket. So we got this double one, like that. And then we got the single. And then we got these in between too, so you can't forget any of this stuff. You don't want to cook our spark plug wires or anything like that. So let's begin. Okay, and then I have the hardware all in this little pile here too. Let me get that ready as well. Okay. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. These babies right here. Okay, and then something to note, I'll show you guys real quick. See, that's where the exhaust is just kind of chilling. That's got a mate up to the pipe coming off of that when it's all said and done. But that's just kind of sagging there because it had to be disconnected on both sides of the engine to take the heads out. So now it's all coming back together when we're putting it back together. So now we're starting that right now. Get you guys over here. See where I can kind of work too and then not be bumping it, but you get a good angle of what's going on. And that's the idea of it. Let me get there. Let's try that. Alrighty. And this 2x4 doesn't need to be in here anymore. That was for when I was taking the cylinder head out, the original. So that's doesn't need to be in there now. I'll make sure these are the right exhaust manifold bolts. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are. So 6 total. 7. No, yeah, 6. Okay. So just keep in mind it's kind of tight in this area. get it in position relatively, and then we got to get the gaskets and whatnot in place as well, along with these the correct plates and the correct orientation. Okay. Trying to not be too obstruction, like too much of an obstruction to the camera while I'm doing this. So let me see if I can get it better so you're not just watching my arms. I got an idea. Getting this antifreeze out of here so in case the phone tips over, it don't fall in there. I don't want that. Let's see if I can get in here. Or maybe even from the front. What? Take a look. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So from this side angle, I think in theory it'll be pretty good. Yeah, I think it is. I just have to get the cord out of the way. I see a spot where I can stick it, I think. Hang on, guys. Trying to get the right angle on it. It's not the right angle. I'm pretty aware of that too, so bear with me. This is not really easy to get in that spot. We'll try a different angle. Probably in from inside the cab. Then aim down the little crack. That might work better. Okay, here we go. The DEF, yeah, they don't have that on the gasoline engines. Here, hang on, guys. I'm putting you back in the stand. It popped out. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best way to get it through here. And the light right there like that. And I got a light from below as well. Now I can get through here too. Not bumping into that. Yeah, that's pretty good. got all these plates we needed. So let's get her in there. So we're going to put the gaskets on first. Try to get them in position. Make sure it's all indexed right. Relatively mocked up right now. I got the way. Hang on. And this thing, go to external. Only goes one certain direction. You might not be able to see it from the angle. My apologies if that's the case. It kind of got bent too. We got to bend it back. Okay, we got it back to relative shape. Not too big a deal. Then we gotta get this gasket on the other side here. And then this little plate as well. Okay. It's not too complicated, just gotta make sure all these gaskets and everything are in the right spot. You don't leave nothing out. There we go. I just gotta get a bolt on this other side at the same time. Okay, that part's ready. This side now. Okay, I'm gonna try to mark it up now. I think I gotta go inside of what the oil dipstick tube in here, if you guys can see that. So I have to pull it off and then move it up inward more. But we're just about in that area. we don't have all the bolts fall out where we got them where we want them. Actually, it looks like it's supposed to go over it. Okay, disregard that. I think it slips up in between. And then, okay, let's try that. I think it does go in between it. Somehow. Alright, that's enough. Try not to mar up anything that's mating surfaces. Yeah, that looks like that's the way it's supposed to go. This kind of puzzles me. I'm trying to remember how the dipstick went. Like, that's why it's so much in the way. Putting this in, it's something weird. Okay, it goes to go to the side. That's why. Okay, I think I got it. Now I just got to put that gasket back in there. Of course, it fell out way over there. I got a piece of pipe that's kind of long. I'll just kind of drag it towards me and move it so I don't have to actually physically go over there and get it. Yeah, we got it. And if it's not that great of for you guys to see, it's kind of hard to do this. I mean, I'm just doing this by myself here. So, I dropped it. There. Let's get this in here before it tries to slip out or anything weird. It's not quite there. Almost got it, guys. I got it started to mock up finally. Bolt hand started. Okay, I guess I didn't. It wasn't quite in there. Okay, and that gasket's just hanging there. Doesn't want to get in there. Guess that kind of holds it in place for me. I got one started on this other side. We'll take these gloves out of here. It's a really tight right here, guys. So. Oh yeah, we're getting this started now. So yeah, cool. Another bolt. Awesome, we're actually lined up, guys. Finally, that's not that easy to get that in there. So I'll make sure we get these nice and fingered, good started by fingers. So Don't cross thread this stuff. Oh yeah, it's going good. Go topside and check out what's going on you guys. Probably didn't see very much of anything, huh? Okay. Hi, Romaine. How's it going? French translate, please. Oh, are you French? I'm not French here. But thanks for watching and commenting, man. So it wasn't very easy to get a good angle for you guys to see what I was doing in there. But I guess now you can see kind of. Okay. I know a little bit of French, not much. Like, not much at all. So I appreciate you watching and checking out, though. That's cool. Oh, this is a Chevy, 2005 Chevy Astro. It's a van. That's why we're able to work through the inside, the back of the engine, and see the seats and stuff. Yeah. So that's what this is. We just got the engine cylinder head put in, and we just put these rocker arms and lifters, or not the lifters, the push rods. All that stuff's torqued down. We just got the exhaust manifold mocked up. So quite a bit done. We got to put the driver's side contaminant in it coming up soon, beginning of the month. I get that back from you want to see the vehicle? Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, I got 6 different vehicles right now on the channel. There'll be more to come. That kind of thing. So, so that's the front. I'll show you the side. She's all torn apart right now. Well, starting to be put back together. This is the bad head. From the passenger side, it has this crack in it. So that's why there's a brand new one on the passenger side that we just were looking at. So, get rid of me here. Not a super big van. It's like a little, not really too big, not too small. A lot going on with it. We're putting the sand tank manifold there. That's got to go in there soon. That hooks in between where the two. Oh, for France, it's big, huh? We just got the LED headlights hooked up on it last week or the week before. Pretty happy about that. Because you had to get a special harness to put them in. I made some video stuff on it if you're curious. Yeah. We're going in there. We're getting there, guys. Slowly but surely. $18 pounds. Oh, like inches? These are 16-inch wheels. I don't know if you guys use like centimeters and meters. So I'll show you this car I just got too. I traded some tools for that last week. 2009 Chevy Malibu. So there's a couple other vehicles here. I just got this truck given to me from a guy at church. So I was supposed to work on it, and he just gave it to me instead. I got that like 2 weeks ago for free. You know, never thought I'd get a free car. We're going to church, you know, or free. So this thing had the wheel come off when the guy was going 30. He's my friend there now, so he was telling me about that. So when I got to the car, I had to put a jack under the brake caliper to get it off the ground because it's completely rested on the ground. All the wheel studs snapped off when he was going 30. And underneath it, nothing's damaged. It all went to the brake rotor. So it's going to need a new rim. The rim's kind of boogered up in the area where the wheel studs go. So that's not a big deal. We'll get that. Engine's kind of, I'll show you the engine. Engine's gonna need some TLC or a whole new engine. It was run dry on oil. I guess people who owned it before didn't keep up on the oil. So 2.4 liter. Oh, there's 16 too. So 4-cylinder engine. I'm going to be getting into this real soon with the oil. Changing the oil in it and seeing what's going on with it. I think it's got rod knock. It might be on its last legs. But I'm going to try to put some of that Lucas oil stabilizer along with some fresh oil and a new filter. Oh, it's okay. We speak cars though. And this one was torn apart and needs, they don't know what it needs yet. I'm just going to go through it and figure it out. I'm just going to go ahead and change the cylinder head and timing belt, all that stuff. That's a 4-cylinder as well. That one's 5-speed manual. Basically, that's like a Ford Ranger. Rebranded. It's a Mazda, 98 Mazda B2500. Oh, your car's the Porsche. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having one. Especially if it's something like just given to you. I'll have to look up what that is. That's pretty cool. But this car, I just traded some tools for it, like a floor jack, an electric drill, and air impact. That wasn't, it was like a Husky one. And like 2 Craftsman sets of tools. And that's how I got this car. I didn't pay any money for this car. So we got quite a bit done on the van today though. There'll be more to come. We got to get the exhaust manifold tightened down more. And then, well, actually, I have that 98 Blazer outside too. That's got the same engine as this. That's got to get the same stuff done on that coming up too. So once we get the other cylinder head back from the machine shop in the beginning of the month, then we'll be able to get this thing. I'll be going all the way put back together. That right there in that box sitting on that thing there, that's the new spider injector and upper intake manifold, the plastic part. Those are ready to go in. Nice clean intake manifold there on the floor right here. That's got to go in. So it's coming back together. We're about to get this thing running and out of here. Yeah, lots of parts. Get it all put back together. I got the air filter and sensors bagged up in the area in here. They're all protected from the air and the dust. Yeah, right in here in that last toolbox bottom area. So lots going on about putting things back together. We're getting there. The thing is, we want it done right here. We're not in a rush. I have other vehicles driving. I have that 98 Silverado, basically, to describe it to, since translate, Chevy Silverado truck out there. K1500, 5-speed manual. Then we got the Expedition, a 98 Expedition out there too, Ford. So we got a few vehicles here. But we just got the cylinder head all put in place yesterday and torqued. So I'll go over and show you guys that. We got the rocker arms and All that stuff, brand new cylinder head. The other one had a crack in it, so it had to go. Everything else was good to go. Just got to get the one back for the driver's side from the machine shop, and then we'll be putting it all back together. This is all torqued down and all that stuff. All the details. You know, I just put the new fuel pump in this a few months ago. The new GM one. So this thing's about ready. Got a ton of stuff done to it. It's about be pretty much close to all being brand new again. Lots of parts. Rear main seal, all that stuff I already did on this. So I think that's about it. What we're gonna do for today. Stay tuned. We'll be doing more to come. We'll get this thing going. Lots of stuff more coming up on the channel. So if you like this kind of stuff, I appreciate if you like and subscribe if it's your thing. And even if it's not, if you just want to be supportive, just do that. And if you don't even watch it, I appreciate it. Whatever put you feel like you want to do, okay? I appreciate it all. So yeah, thanks for stopping in and watching. There'll be more to come on this. Eventually I want to be able to do some off-road stuff with this and things like that. Do some traveling and doing things with it. So lots to come. All right, guys, we're going to leave it at that and stay tuned until next time. If you're interested in following what's going on here, and if you are, then I appreciate it. Till next time.